dollars that the WNBA players gave up 16% for. Where did that money go, Abe? That would be my question, because your point is valid, but where is the 16%? Because if I'm correctly, if they did this raise, then basically they gave up a percentage of equity to market the WNBA, to build up the WNBA to be diluted or be it in a CBA agreement.
Picture this.
Imagine that the WNBA is at last gaining attention. Additionally, Sophie Cunningham chooses a fast food combination meal over the hype train. The sandwich game gains more flavor than the hardwood when Sophie teams up with Arby's while Nike is busy creating billion-dollar advertisements. What distinguishes roast beef from swooshes? This is more than just a strange recommendation. The plot is changing. You have obviously not looked at the merchandise table if you believed that the fireworks were taking place on the court. Let's put an end to this.
Has a new spokeswoman, and it just so happens to be Sophie Cunningham. Yeah, that's right. She is now on the Arby's payroll, is what is happening. And maybe Arby's is going to snap back to relevance now. Here she is. New shirt that we saw her in this weekend. Hot girls eat Arby's. Sizes small and large have already sold out on the Arby's web. This is a big...
Please subscribe to our channel and leave a like if you're having fun. To be honest, Caitlin Clark's game rules seem more like vague recommendations that anybody else can disregard. She is whistled for breathing too forcefully, while her opponents get away with full-fledged football tackles. Charge her. That will block her. Receive a hack at half court. Go on, murmurs the referee, who is very likely still following his fan-dwell parley. This is no longer basketball. In high tops, it's a glorified street battle. Furthermore, Caitlin is the only one who is supposed to take every blow, keep her mouth shut, and smile for the...
They have the meats. Now has Indiana star Sophie Cunningham's Hot Girls Eat Arby's t-shirts. Sold out, by the way. Sponsored by them, by the way. Broke the internet on this one.
She continues to stay. She owns the moment rather than merely remaining. Because this is the reality. Caitlin Clark has no intention of waiting for the league to discover its calling. She is aware that a fairy godmother will not come to put things right. She is taking full advantage of the pandemonium. All of the plays, headlines, brand deals, and standing ovations that aren't soaked in tears. She's grabbing her window before it closes and playing chess in a chess.
Has gotten ridiculously popular this year with the Indiana Fever. I made a prediction that she was going to be the second most popular player on this team by the end of the year. And then, of course, there was the big incident during the Connecticut Sun game. And by the end of that game, she was known as Caitlin Clark's enforcer, right? The one that's got her back. At times, it feels like the only one that's got her back.
She is aware that the league's cold shoulder isn't going to warm up anytime soon, and that time is running out. She is therefore making the most of the moment. And because these hits she's taking aren't hard-nosed defense, who could blame her? They are sneak peeks and WWE auditions. Bar fights have shown greater restraint. Someone gets kicked out one night for having a filthy appearance. Then, as if she had strayed into an NFL blitz package, Clark is tackled in the middle of the drive. The referees then begin to recite haiku regarding the game's flow. Flow. Which flow? It's actually a disguised demolition derby. There is so much hypocrisy that it could have its own shoe line and logo. Even with defenders encircling her like weighted blankets, she continues to set records despite selective whistles and flying elbows. Oh, how terrible the cacophony is. As if trying to avoid being cross-lined is diva behavior, commentators complain that she is too outspoken. Imagine Steph Curry being advised to toughen up after being floored during a fast break. It wouldn't occur, thus you can't. However, it suddenly becomes a rite of passage with Caitlin. It is adapting to the league. No, it's officially sanctioned anarchy masquerading as tradition, and she's handling it.
Is driving the WNBA insane. It's to the point that she may need to step away from the WNBA, have a billionaire come in that has the money to prove a point, and say, Caitlin, I'll pay you $50 million just to see if the WNBA can make it without you. Let's go create a completely different league and expose the hell out of the WNBA just to embarrass this Angel Reese girl that Jameel Hill just said she could go down as a Michael Jordan of WNBA.
Yeah.
And what
Even after enduring 4 quarters of officially sanctioned pandemonium, she continues to smile in post-game interviews, smashing viewership records, obtaining multi-million-dollar endorsements, and converting hate watchers into loyal patrons. Because even the most vocal naysayers are aware of the truth in their hearts. This WNBA summer isn't stalling thanks to Caitlin Clark. You have 2 options: try body checking it into oblivion or promote it. However, good luck. Her 3-point shot is more lethal than the offensive plans of most teams. Additionally, don't misunderstand. It's not just about scoring here. It's not a matter of survival. This is calculated domination. Caitlin is using her offhand to play 4-dimensional chess while getting hit like it's open season. While other players are stuck debating calls or throwing shade, she's turning the physical abuse into fuel in addition to dealing with it. Every serious infraction makes the news. Each missed call becomes a video that goes viral. The league has to wriggle under the attention it begged for after every game in which she hobbles off the court turns into a national topic. She is more than a player. She is a living viral moment, a cultural catalyst, and a brand accelerator. The most alluring basketball player is also the one who is most frequently guarded illegally. Additionally, the marketers want in after seeing it. Guts, glitz, and grit. It's all 3 for Caitlin Clark. As well as a jump shot that silences.
It led to a lot of opportunities. By the way, she had a little bit of a down game yesterday against the Sky, but prior to that, for the last couple weeks, Sophie Cunningham had been balling out on the basketball court ever since she started getting put in to the starting lineup. So we got a couple of different things that have emerged when it comes to Sophie. Number one, let's start with what happened yesterday, because she has gone viral, all right? She's gone viral over hot girls eat Arby's.
And good, to be honest. She earned all of it by limping through a league that treats elbows like handshakes, so let her cash every payment, be the face of every campaign, and grin in every Nike meets Vogue crossover photo they can imagine. Are we sure this isn't a hidden camera show about surviving the WNBA? The moment she's on the itinerary, ticket prices soar for a reason. It's not because people enjoy watching a human crash test dummy attempt to shoot 5 bodies, however. The reason for this is that Caitlin Clark continues to perform magic despite her wounds. She never makes it about herself. She just comes up and lights it up. No monologues of self-pity. And because she's not adding to the commotion, that's what most irritates people. Indeed, it follows her even if she doesn't ask for attention. Why? Because everyone in the audience knows that something extraordinary could happen when the ball meets her hands. No issue with triple teams keep going, blatantly without making any calls. The world is unable to turn away from Caitlin Clark's desire.
Measurable greatness of Caitlin Clark. The unmeasurable greatness of Caitlin Clark. You know, I've said a lot of times I like Caitlin Clark, right? But I never told you why or really I like Caitlin Clark or what is it about Caitlin. Caitlin Clark has unmeasurable greatness. You know what unmeasurable greatness is? Is when they give you a $28 million contract that's worth $280 million, right? That's the true value of what Caitlin's worth, right? I mean, Caitlin Clark effect has sent an earthquake through the NCAA basketball, right?
And honestly,
And what occurs when someone is incredibly skilled at something they just want to play? The others get into a frenzy. Coaches begin plotting as if they were organizing a prison vacation. Players get a weird case of Clarkies, a disorder in which basic principles are abandoned and defense becomes desperate. Whole social media feeds burst into opinions that range from praising her to explaining why she is the reason civilization is dying. All because she is incredibly skilled at something she shouldn't be this good at yet. The problem is that this isn't a sudden phenomenon. A diva was not raised by them. They didn't bring up a person who thinks everyone will bow down. They brought up a baller with the poise of someone who has been here 10 years longer than she has, and the vision of a chess master. In addition to her skill, she always brings morals, respect, hard effort, accountability, and a passion for the game with her when she enters an arena, whether she's jogging to the bench for a timeout or draining threes. And those happy tears are...
Yeah, talking about
Caitlin Clark,
Oh, okay.
the WNBA player who deserves a max contract. She worth more than the league by herself.
The best WNBA player ever.
You can't help but cheer her on loudly, proudly, and occasionally with goosebumps when she is that focused, that grounded, and that effortlessly elegant despite the mayhem all around her. Caitlin Clark is a lesson in poise in addition to being a basketball prodigy. No public relations crafted lectures about disproving the haters, no angry outbursts, and no look-at-me antics. All of that is unnecessary for her. She rewrites the playbook in real time, ties her shoes, and arrives. The show is that. She isn't out here looking for viral videos. The viral clip is of her. The highlighter with the elegance most vets can only imagine and ice in her veins. She isn't trying to get attention. She is playing since the game is her life. And when your double team fails, I'll be here. She goes beyond simply being ahead of the curve. The curvature is her. An answer sheet for an exam that the league didn't prepare for. She tosses a no-look dime from the logo just when you think you have her figured out, like, good attempt. And, please, her poise. As if she were the centerpiece of a defensive smorgasbord, she is being attacked out here. The worst you'll witness is an eye roll or a courteous exchange with the official who seems to have lost his spectacles and/or whistle. Double C is just double C. Calm, cool, and casually cheering for your favorite team without exerting any effort. There are more videos on the screen if you liked and subscribed.
So her rookie contract is for 4 years, just under $340,000. From the entrepreneurship perspective, last year she made over $3 million as a collegiate athlete.
In sponsorship, right? NIL.
And so this makes me think about the fact that there are a lot of people building brands and influence online, and they don't all aspire to be owners of companies, but they do desire to work for organizations and leaders. But what I see when I see those numbers, I see failed leadership of the WNBA. That's what I think.
Yeah, and you're talking about her income?
Yeah.
Yeah, like they couldn't even get her above 500,000.